Hello, traders, and welcome to TradingWithBill.com. It is a Monday, June 19th, 2017. Traders, great to be with you. Beautiful blue skies today in Thailand. Nice and cool outside. We're going to get cooking hot this afternoon, according to reports. So we're ready for it. Air conditioning's working. All right, so what do we got going on? New trading week, and really excited to be trading it. I don't know, I just love what I do. I really enjoy, even when I take losses. Don't like taking. Anybody tells you they like taking losses, they're full of it. Nobody likes taking a loss, my friends. Nobody. But you hear these people out there saying, "Oh, I learned from taking my losses." Well, yeah, we learn, but we don't like it. Okay, so what's going on? Data-wise, there's no data. There's no data. There's nothing today. We had some Japanese data come out today. It wasn't so hot. I didn't see any big reflections in the charts. We'll take a look at it. However, let's take a look at our commodities. Gold is down 0.15%. And WTI oil, West Texas Instrument oil, is at 44.81, where Brent is at 47.23, below that 48 level. I'm still bullish on oil, friends. This doesn't seem like this is going to continue, but it's proven me wrong in this one. I said Wednesday? I said this oil was going to rebound by Friday and come back up to $50 a barrel. It has not done that. But I'm staying with my thought process that this pair is bullish and it's going to come back up. All right, natural gas is negative 2.61%, and U.S. coffee flat across the board. Let's take a look at what happened on the markets on Friday. And we'll take a look at our indices now. The S&P 500 futures is currently up 0.21%. The NASDAQ is up 0.47%. Dow is up 0.11%. S&P VIX is down 4.77%. Volatility is taking a hit. The DAX is up 0.48%. The dollar index is up 0.02%. At that 96.89, going back for that 97 mark again, and we'll probably sit there for a couple of days. And the Euro index is also positive 0.02%, currently at 90.38. So that's what's going on as far as that goes. There's no data. There's just absolutely nothing. Got speakers today. Got one out of the, I think Dudley speaking out of the Fed today, and you got Germany's is speaking also today. And today, the governor Lowe spoke today out of the RBA. So that's what's going on there. Sorry, my chair's falling down. Okay. All right. So let's get to the charts. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. I just scanned through a bunch of charts earlier today. Now, this is in a pretty aggressive down move, wouldn't you say? This just, to me, this is a 30-minute chart. But this, to me, just, shoots, continue to the low side. We will watch this area here. This is the end of an ABCD pattern, and it's got major support here. So this little bounce is what we would expect. If it gets above this wick at 1.4710, 1.4720, 15, somewhere in there, I would look to long this, and I'd fib it and look to long it. We could do that. Just grab your fib tool, and really you're just going to have to fib it this way. And we'll come down to that lower candle there. We've got two to the right and two to the left. So if this breaks this trend line and this resistance at 1.4710, we could take this basically up to 1.4752, right? Yeah, 1.4752. Boom, right? 200 exponential moving average right there. And we could take it back down. But the thing with the Euro Aussie is I am not as crazy as I am in my other pairs as far as bias of what I'm looking at. So I'm looking here and I'm saying, with this Euro Aussie, it'll go in one direction for a long time, then it turns around and does the other direction for a long time, and really has no, I don't see it having any correlation to anything else in the 8 currency pairs that I watch all day long. So there's a chance this can come all the way back up. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I really like this. I really enjoy this Euro Aussie. This has been a great pair for me in the last 5 years, 4 years. I've really concentrated on this pair. It's a great pair to trade, and we'll see what happens today. See if we can get into it. Like I said, it's a great pair. Pound yen. What's going on with that? I did not look at this morning, to tell you the truth. Yeah, see, we're in the sideways box action here. Nothing going on here. Nothing. No trade. Nothing to do here. Now, I am bearish in this pair. Bearish in this pair. I don't think the pound is strong at all. So I don't want to buy the pound, that's for sure. But yeah, this is sideways. That's a hold and see. Let's take a look at the euro. You know, I did some markings on this, and this euro is in a great spot. I did enter this pair. It's a very small position. I'm looking to do usually what I don't do. I actually do the opposite. I'm looking to scale into the trade. As my trading style is, I scale out of the trade. So I go in at full blast, and at parts I take profits throughout. This one I might do the reverse, and I might scale going into the trade if the trade works. And you're saying, William, why? Well, the reason is it's a big trade. We're looking to get in this at 112.90, 85, as you can see on the chart. Then I'm going to take this all the way down to 111.45. So this is like a 135 pip trade. I will scale into this and work my way down. And then if we get to like 112.05, I'd probably take most of my positions off and see if I can get it running down to the rest of the trade. So that's how I'm looking to trade in this. Really interesting, but we'll see. This is definitely a London Open, maybe even 90 minutes into London Open before we get into this trade. If you're going to get into it. Like I said, I'm already in this trade. I got in this trade early in Asia about 2 hours ago, so I'm in this trade. Okay, let's take a look at New Zealand dollar. This is another pair I really like trading. This is a nice spot here, folks. Now, I like this, and this looks like a nice entry here. What do we got to watch for? We have a 20 exponential, and look at this separation. 200 is the green, 20 is the red, 5 is the brown. So we have angle and separation here on these EMAs. I want to see this 5 get on top of price. So we probably need another candle, and for this 5 to get on top of price, then we have an entry, right? So we can get in at 72.82, and we'll get out at 72.29. We'll get out right before the 200 exponential moving average. We're out of there. Done. This looks really nice. I like this. If you want to get in it now and take your chance, you can do that. Just put your stop at 0.7300. 7305, 7308. If it breaks 7300, that's a major level. And, you know, you have to decide what you're going to do. You know, the thing with these levels, they're really great. And what you need to do, I'm sorry, guys, ladies, I need some coffee. You need to know that we get overshoots. We get overshoots on these. So, you know, if we get an overshoot, we don't want to get stopped out on an overshoot and then the thing dumps like a rock. So you got to give it room to get through a level, overshoot, and then come back down again. We'll keep an eye on the New Zealand for sure. Let's take a look at the Euro Yen. These pairs are coming to some nice levels, my friends. Look at this again, coming up to this resistance level at 124.50. Now we're at 124.30. You know, we're at some really nice levels now, where these babies can really collapse. Now, I like this 5. We just need it to be above the price, above the candle, and take it to the downside, especially when you're talking about a 30-minute chart or a 15-minute chart. Your moving averages really get more important, because when you talk about an hour chart or a 4-hour chart, remember that your moving averages are important, but there's a long way between them as far as pips go to get to those levels. When we're trading a 30-minute chart or a 15-minute chart, these moving averages really come into play more. So we have to just keep an eye on them. We want the moving averages to basically be in the direction of our trend somewhat. I'm not saying all 3 of them are going to be that way, but you really want at least your 5 EMA to be above price. I don't want to take a trade with the 5 EMA, the 5 below price when I'm trying to sell, right? I want it above price. All right, so that's what's going on the euro. Yeah, it really looks good. Really looks good, liking that. All right, let's just take a look at the pound. We didn't look at the pound. Here we go. You know what? We got to get rid of some of these drawing tools. That's from last week. All right, here we go. I had a great weekend, folks. Really nice weekend. Very relaxing. I gotta be honest, I did nothing. I went out Saturday night. Sunday, I like laid on the couch forever. Watched some baseball. It was really nice. Did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Slept in the afternoon. Ah, wonderful. All right, so here we got the pound, nothing, sideways, right? Sideways. We talked about this. Just sideways. I don't want to do anything. You know, a break of this 200 maybe. Break of a trend line here, maybe. Right? We take a trend line. We can stick an aggressive trend line. No, I don't like that because really that would be a trend line there. So it's broken it. And now, you know, what are you going to do here? You really need to... I'm not too worried. I am worried. This 127.50 area looks like that's where we'd want to get in if we're going to get in this. Okay? All right, my friends. It's a Monday. Let's have some fun. Let's do some trading. You know, I was watching. I'm a big, you know, I trade options, and I'm a big fan of tastytrade.com. It's on the internet. They do live broadcasting 8 hours a day for free, and they talk about options. That's all they talk about is options. And, you know, they are really big on trading small and being involved. And I've always said that. You got to be in it. You got to be in the markets to have that feel for it, right? If you're not in it, you just don't have that feel for it. And I've been watching these guys now for about a year, and they are just really, really outstanding. And I liked when they said that because it made me say, wow, I'm on the right track of you got to be trading. You got to be involved. Even if it's tiny size, be in the market. If you're not in the market, you're not in the market, right? You can't get a winner if you're not in the market. So be in it. Traders, have a great trading day. It's great to be with you. TradingWithBill.com. Please come send some emails, send some comments. Great to be with you. Traders, always remember to trade smart and not hard. See you now. Bye-bye.